Hello everybody, it's Arrangedkarma here, and today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of mouse gameplay in arcade. But first, I'm going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on the mouse so you can understand what the real-life counterpart was like. So, anyway, here we go. The Panzerkampfwagen 8 MAUS is a super heavy tank that was completed in 1944. It has the heaviest fully enclosed fighting compartment that was ever built on a tank. So, you can imagine how thick the armor must be. Overall, only 2 hulls were made and only 1 turret was made as well. 2 prototypes, overall, were completed, one with and one without the turret, and they underwent trials in 1944. The tank stands at 10.2 meters, or 33 feet 6 inches long, 3.7 meters, or 12 feet 2 inches wide, 3.63 meters, or 11.9 feet and high, and overall weighs 188 metric tons. So you can imagine how hard that must be to lift. Overall, the gun it used, which is the Krupp-designed 128mm KWK-44 L55 gun, which was based on the 128mm PaK-44, was designed in mind of penetrating anything the Allies fielded, and it could at close to medium ranges. And this gun, which I just mentioned, was also what was in the Jagdtiger as well. What else? The engine troubles. That's what we want to be talking about right now, because that's going to be shown off quite a bit in the upcoming gameplay. It overall had really bad engine trouble. I mean really bad. This was this thing's weakness. It was slow. I mean really slow. It used an internal combustion engine to power electric generators, and the tracks were powered with electronic motors units. Overall, the idealist wanted 20 kilometers per hour, or 12 miles per hour overall, but because it was so heavy and they just didn't really have the time or the technology to make it any better, they could only settle with 13 kilometers per hour, or 8.1 miles per hour, in ideal situations, so flat ground and even. And since it was so heavy, most bridges at the time could not support its weight, so the only way to ford it across rivers was to, you know, make it snorkel under the water. So that was kind of bad too. It seemed it was more something for a defensive than an offensive, but they designed it in mind as a breakthrough tank, meaning it would just slowly and very, very, I don't know, fear-inducingly charge enemy positions and just not take any damage because of how well armoured it was. But alas, 5 tanks were ordered, and as we stated, only 2 hulls and 1 turret were made before approaching Allies captured them, and today, I believe 1 MAUS still stands at the Kubinka Museum in nearish Moscow. And it's actually badly damaged as well, so yeah, that's the Panzerkampfwagen 8 MAUS, in a nutshell. Plenty more information you can search up online, but I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a history lesson, so you learn something new every day. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? Well, that was a pretty good find. Ooh, we're going to Hurtgen, are we? Okay. It's probably not going to be too good for me. It's a bit hilly and everything. No, I'm going to do my best to not suck. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, right, here we go. So, as you may have guessed, I've recently got this tank, like I said, so I'm still stock, no upgrades or anything, but I've played a few matches in this before, so I have a general idea of what I'm doing. And as you can see here, I've taken nothing for the 75mm gun. Oh, there it is there, on the right, as you can see. It's kind of like a grenade launcher, really, to deal with infantry and other softer targets than enemy tanks. That was the design, I guess. It has a machine gun too, on the right, on the left, sorry, as you can see there. I think it's an MG34, I'm not sure though. So, Hurtgen Forest, pretty big battle. Lot of fighting went along this area. It was one of the longest battles of the war, so... But the MAUS never saw it, and it never saw, well, any combat, really. The MAUS, yeah, was captured by the Russians, I believe, before it even saw any combat. Which is sad, because I would have loved to have seen this thing in combat. Would have been something to, you know, have nightmares about. I mean, obviously it would have been very, very limited at what it could do, but it would still be interesting to see how the Allies would have reacted to see this on the battlefield. Although I'm not sure, but I think what would happen is, if infantry got close to that, they could just chuck a grenade down the exhaust vents there at the front and probably destroy or take out the tank. Take out, I mean, like, make it inoperable. Because as you can see here, it's a pretty big engine. And suspension, look at that. It only moves at 8 miles an hour. Whew. As you can see, the gun's pretty huge as well. And if you're wondering why I didn't take many shells, it's because, you know, less ammo to explode if I get hit. I'm sorry this episode's been a bit rambly, but I felt like giving a bit of a history lesson just because, you know, I'm interested in the war and all the tanks and everything. It's very interesting and very unique to learn about. It just, you know... Now, in a game like War Thunder, you can just see how well it would have done on the battlefield against, well, I suppose, tanks, you know, well, more advanced tanks than it would have faced in the war, which is upsetting, but oh well. You know, like IS-4s and T-54s, but you know. Yeah, I'm getting a bit rambly again, aren't I? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to entertain you, because this thing isn't exactly very fast, so it doesn't see too much battle to begin with. You know, I'm quite the fan of urban combat, honestly, because at least you know where the enemy's coming from, and you can help prepare ambushes as against the enemy as well. But the MAUS really suffered, obviously, in urban combat, because, well, the turret traverse, I mean, just look at that. Just look. Do I even need to say anything? Oh, taking a hit from that T-95, I think. Backing up. Can I take a return shot? Nope. Shite. Gonna do it anyway. Now, what you want to do as the MAUS is... The most common weak spot of the MAUS is there, the cheeks of the turret. So whenever you fire, always turn your gun, or your turret, away from the enemy at roughly 45 degrees. Because then they'll shoot the side and it'll bounce off and it won't go through the cheeks, causing massive damage. So always do that whenever you're reloading and not looking at a target. And then turn to shoot and do the same. There we go. Was that a pattern? That was a pattern. Okay. It's down now. Don't matter what it was, it's now just a flaming pile of junk. Now what we want to be careful of is people on the flank, because while the armour is thick on the sides, it's just flat pieces of metal. Oh, taking another hit from that T-95 again. Being airstriked. The bullets, they do nothing! Oh, what's that? That's an enemy MAUS. Oh. Didn't go where I wanted it to go. Sad face. Not really much we can do here, because I can't really advance against that T-95. Because he can't really depend the front of me, and I don't really depend the front of him. Oh, Jesus. He really wants me dead, doesn't he? At least I got a kill on that pattern. Oh, hello, what's that? Oh, what just hit me? T-95, I think it's firing APCR rounds then. Don't know how it got through the front. Well, I better move, because otherwise I'm going to get killed. T-54, use the other MAUS for cover. Almost. And reloaded. Say good night. Ah! Oh! Yeah, prick. Well, it's a good thing I'm fully reloaded. Haha! Oh wait, I wasn't. Shit. Besides, my gun breech is down, so if I fire... Oh my god, I'm just being lit up. Oh great, now my tracks are gone. Oh, wunderbar. Looks like this is the end for me. I'm just gonna sit here and deflect as many shots as I can. Can I hit that T-54? Nope, okay. Don't really need to move right now, because I can't, so... the enemy mouse. She's shooting it. Oh, Jagdtiger. And a M4A1. Okay, well, I don't know what he's doing here, but he's gonna get killed. do 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 do. Oh. Well, that appears to be an issue. Can I survive it? Nope. There was that faint hope. Ah, well. Well, that just shows you the armour of the mouse. You know, it can deflect shots from pretty much anything if you angle it right. Or if they use special ammo to pen you, then you're done for. Now let's get into an aircraft and try and take down the enemy fighters and bombers. Mosquito and a Yak 3. Okay. I'm in a Tempest. Them Hispanos. Not going to catch up to him before he does his damage, which sucks. Maybe we can get that SPAA though. Come on, don't notice me. Nope, there's a Kugelblitz. I saw him, but I was hoping he had terrible aim. So now we're in the Tiger 2 10.5 centimeters, which is the Tiger 2, but with the upgraded gun, obviously. Looks like we lost this match, unfortunately. I don't think we can capture it back in time. Well, we could do, but I doubt it. Come on. There's a ZSU over there. Now that thing over there can pen the side of this Tiger. And you think I'm making that up. Those ZSU's 57s, man, they're fucking lethal. Well, looks like this is game, unfortunately. Wanted to show you a bit more footage of the mouse kicking ass, but I guess, you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Oh well. There's probably going to be plenty more mouse footage upcoming because I love that thing. It's just one of those tanks of legend, you know? It's just like one of the things you hear about and you're like, did they really do this? Did this really happen? You know? Because, like, a tank of that size and that armor, like, it's just insane. Especially with that gun, too. But anyway, that was a brief history on the mouse, and a little bit of gameplay for it, even though it wasn't much to look at, and I apologise for that. And before we go, let's take one more look. Look at that. Look at this beauty. Oh. Let's have a quick look at the armor, just so you can see. You can see it up there as well, but as you can see, got a nice effective thickness at the front, 300 millimeters, and the lower glacis as well is pretty well armored. On the sides, though, it's a bit of a different story. The upper casement and the lower casement are pretty, well, thin comparatively. The sides of the turret are pretty nice too. The rear is, again, pretty nice. This is the weak point, as you may know. Gun mantlet's pretty strong. Tops are obviously pretty thin. So yeah, the Panzerkampfwagen 8 MAUS. A bit of a living legend, really. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.